Today we're doing a full flight in the Bonanza G36, using the full flight checklist from monkairlines.com. The checklist helps to handle the different cockpit procedures, like which buttons to press and when throughout all phases of flight. If you're looking for tutorials on the G1000, flight planning, autopilot, and so on, those are already available here on the channel. But for today, let's get started and see how the checklist helps keep things organized. Now we begin the pre-startup checks inside the cabin. We make sure the doors are securely latched and we check that the parking brake is set to keep the aircraft steady during startup. We check that all the circuit breakers are in, confirming that every system is powered and protected. Then, we ensure all switches are off to avoid any unwanted electrical load during startup. The gear lever is confirmed in the down position, and we bring the throttle to idle if it's not. We push the propeller control full forward and also the mixture control full forward for a full rich setting. The cowl flap is open to allow proper engine cooling during startup. Next, we check the emergency locator transmitter, turning it on for just 1 second, then setting it to arm. With the cabin set, we begin engine startup. First, we select either the left or right fuel tank, depending on fuel balance. Then we turn on the batteries, followed by the alternators. Normally, the PFD would power on now so we could monitor the engine parameters during startup, but due to a bug in the sim, it won't, so we'll turn on the avionics master now, even though that's not standard procedure. Now we can check our fuel quantity to ensure we're ready for the flight. I'll just turn off the avionics master again before proceeding. Now let's start up the aircraft. We don't need to prime the engine today, but if it's cold outside, you would push the throttle fully forward, set fuel pump to low until fuel flow peaks, then pump off and throttle back to idle. This step is also explained in our full flight checklist. Now we open the throttle slightly, about 1/4 inch. The beacon light is switched on to signal that we're starting the engine. After ensuring the area around the propeller is clear, we turn the magnetos to start. Now we need the PFD engine parameters again. Once the engine is running, we bring the throttle to 1000 RPM and monitor the oil pressure to confirm it's in the green. Now would be the time to turn on the avionics master to power up the displays, radios, autopilot, and other avionics. We already did it earlier due to the bug, so let's continue. Let's turn on the pitot heat to prevent the pitot tube from freezing so we get accurate airspeed readings. Now for the pre-taxi checks. We verify that all flight instruments show no warnings. We set the altimeter, configure the transponder, and adjust the autopilot settings if needed.
Oscar X-Ray Foxtrot, X-Ray Lima, taxi 2 and hold short, runway 27.
Elevator and aileron trims are set for takeoff. We then switch on the taxi and navigation lights as we begin moving and taxi. A full and free movement check of the flight controls ensures everything responds correctly. With that complete, we release the parking brake and gently test the brakes during the initial taxi. As we approach the runway, we prepare for takeoff. Flaps are set to the takeoff position. Taxi lights are turned off, while landing and strobe lights are switched on. We confirm that the mixture is full rich before takeoff. London City Tower, Oscar X-Ray Foxtrot, X-Ray Lima, holding short runway 27, ready for takeoff. Download our checklists at monkairlines.com, link in the description.
Oscar X-Ray Foxtrot, X-Ray Lima, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
During the climb, we raise the landing gear and engage the autopilot if desired. Flaps are retracted and we turn off the landing lights when clear of the airport space. Pitot heat is adjusted based on conditions. We then manage the power, propeller, and mixture settings for climb and later for cruise. And finally, we close the cowl flap. Approaching our destination, we turn the landing lights back on and set the pitot heat as needed. Flaps are configured for landing, and both propeller and mixture levers are pushed full forward. The cowl flap is adjusted to maintain engine temperature. We confirm the landing gear is down. Clear to land runway 20, Oscar X-ray Foxtrot X-ray Lima. Disengage the autopilot and turn off the yaw damper. We prepare to land at a speed of around 80 knots. Shoreham Tower, OXFXL, vacated runway 20, request taxi to general aviation parking. After landing and exiting the runway, we switch off the landing and strobe lights and turn on the taxi light. The cowl flap is opened to assist engine cooling, flaps are retracted, and pitot heat is turned off. Once parked, we set the parking brake. Taxi and navigation lights are turned off, along with any anti-ice systems. We power down the avionics and pull the mixture to cut off the engine. Magnetos are turned off, and then the beacon light is switched off as well. We move the fuel selector to off, turn off the alternators, then the batteries, and finally we close the cowl flap to complete the shutdown procedure. Here at Monk Airlines, the mission is simple: to deliver short, concise, and highly informative tutorials. We make learning easy and packed with useful insights. If there's anything in the videos that wasn't clear, feel free to drop a comment so we can improve. We have got plenty more waiting for you. Whether it's mastering another aircraft or uncovering more aviation secrets, the sky's the limit. Thank you for your time. You are cleared for takeoff.